If you've ever wondered which GLP-1 dose works best, if titrating up really does mean more weight loss, or if staying on the lowest dose will help to diminish those unwanted side effects, this video is for you. I have lost over 75 pounds on Tirzepatide, and today I am walking you through each single dose from 2.5 to 12.5 milligrams. I'm telling you how long I was on each dose, how much I've lost, side effects, and the number one lesson that I have learned on my journey. Because the number on the scale does not tell the whole story. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Grace. I've been on this weight loss journey for the last 17 months. And when I first started, I actually weighed in at 265.4 pounds. And while that is really sad to say out loud, it was a really difficult season of life, one where I did not feel like myself. I was not living my best life. And I knew that I had to do something. And my medical team suggested that I use a GLP-1, and that's how I got on Zepbound. I did start with the first introductory dose, which is 2.5 milligrams, and I did start by using brand medication as it was covered by my insurance. On 2.5 milligrams, I lost 11.4 pounds in just 8 weeks. This means I averaged 1.43 pounds weekly, and this was by far actually my fastest rate of loss. That's to be expected for a lot of us who have a lot of success on just that first dose. My appetite dropped quickly and I responded really well to the medication. Full transparency, I was not trying my hardest when I started on a GLP-1. I absolutely regret that I didn't do everything that I'm doing now back then. Gosh, that first month could have been probably over 20 pounds lost. Hey, lessons learned. We are growing and we're moving forward. By the way, this is not medical advice. I am not a medical professional. Check with your medical providers about any dosing, side effects, and any questions about a GLP-1. I'm simply sharing my experience on each dose so far. On 2.5, I did have side effects. I experienced bruising at the injection site, but that was entirely my fault because I was pushing the injector pen way too hard against my skin. I also did have headaches, which basically stopped 3-5 days after I started the medication. I had a lot of bloating and constipation. So my medical team really had to get involved and help me manage those. I did also have some insomnia, but that kind of worked itself out. What was really cool on 2.5 was this is the first time that I actually understand what food noise is, because after I took that first injection, every single thought that I had wasn't about food. My day wasn't spent thinking about where I was going to get coffee or what I was going to eat for lunch or what treat I was going to enjoy at the end of the day for dessert. Moving on to 5 milligrams, this is the dose I absolutely like the least. I was on 5 milligrams for 12 weeks and I lost 9.6 pounds. That means I averaged 0.8 pounds weekly. 5 milligrams is where things really slowed down for me. I experienced my first stalls. I felt awful, not from side effects, which continued from 2.5 milligrams, by the way, constipation, bloating, insomnia. But I just wasn't happy because my weight loss has slowed so much. I really felt like I was doing something wrong, like it was my fault, the GLP-1 had stopped working. And that's really not the case. Until you find that therapeutic dose that's really gonna work for your body, we're gonna struggle. And I was at the very beginnings of my journey at that point, so this struggle was really difficult. But I pushed through and we titrated up to 7.5 milligrams. So up to this point, we love 2.5 milligrams, we hate 5 milligrams, but 7.5 milligrams is gonna be a nice sweet spot for a short time. I am on this dose for 12 weeks, during which I lose 14.6 pounds. That means I average 1.22 pounds lost weekly on 7.5 milligrams. And while I still experience constipation, bloating, and headaches, there were 2 side effects that are so memorable to me on 7.5 milligrams that I did not like at all. The first one was dry mouth, and it was so strange because it was the worst in the mornings when I first woke up. Clearly, I'm not gulping down a bunch of water overnight, but I had to put a tumbler next to me and take sips as I woke up throughout the night, because otherwise I would wake up and there were days my voice was so hoarse, like I couldn't even speak. So we did not like that. Eventually that sort of like subsided. I just made sure I was really hydrated. Now, the worst side effect on 7.5 was insomnia. Now, technically speaking, I don't want to blame a GLP-1 for my insomnia. I know that that's an expected side effect, but I was actually clinically diagnosed with this prior to using a GLP-1. So I just had to work closely with my medical team, with my medication to really manage it better. And it did improve. All of this data brings me to something I wish I'd owned 17 months ago. Imagine how cool it would be if I could tell you more than just, oh, I lost 14 pounds with 7.5 milligrams. Imagine if I could tell you how much body fat I lost between each dose, what my lean muscle mass was, how my visceral fat has improved, which dose I was retaining the most water. I recently started using the Renpho Morpho Scan Nova scale, and if you're at the beginnings of your GLP-1 journey, I genuinely recommend this tool. Instead of only tracking that one number, your body weight, it also helps to monitor what's happening on the inside with your body composition. The Morpho Scan provides more than 50 body metrics, including body percentage, BMR, metabolic age, visceral fat, lean muscle mass, water retention, and so much more. What makes it different is its 8 electrode system. You stand on the scale while holding the handle, so it measures both your upper and lower body. This allows it to give you a segmented body analysis showing measurements for your body parts like your legs, your arms, your torso. It's a great way to see where you are building muscle and where you are losing body fat, which is especially important on a GLP-1 weight loss journey where preserving muscle is a priority. All the data syncs automatically with the Renpho app, making it really easy to track your progress over weeks, months, and years as you transition into maintenance. Wellness is a lifelong journey, and I really appreciate having more than just one number on the scale measure my progress. If you'd like to check it out, I have linked the Morpho Scan Nova scale in the description below where you can earn a small discount. Thanks again to Renpho for sponsoring today's video. Now to my superstar dose, 10 milligrams. I love you, 10 milligrams. She was phenomenal to me. I was on 10 milligrams for about 7 months or 27 weeks, during which I lost 27.6 pounds. This means I averaged 1.02 pounds weekly. My side effects continued: bloating, constipation, gas, insomnia, but I was managing all of those with my medical team and other prescriptions that I have. The side effect truly drove me crazy: itching and redness at the injection site. Tell me how I am using exactly the same medication, brand medication at this point, Zepbound, and I get no injection site reactions from 2.5, 5 milligrams, 7.5. But the minute I start using 10 milligrams, it's like I could not stop scratching the injection site. It was unbearable. It was so annoying. And I tried cortisone cream and Benadryl sprays and drinking antihistamines and you name it. I was using everything. I was fighting, the urge to itch and scratch. We find a fix for that in 12.5 milligrams. And that was just using a cold compress 10 minutes before my injection and 10 minutes after my injection. That really has helped to alleviate the itching and redness. I don't suffer from it as much. I do still get it occasionally, but it's not something that is, bothering me. We are almost at the end here. Just before I tell you my results for 12.5 milligrams, double check that you're subscribed to the channel and hit the like so that this video will be suggested to others, especially those who are just starting their health and wellness journeys on a GLP-1. 12.5 milligrams, of which I am still using brand medication, Zepbound. I did try compound for just 1 month, but I have been finishing my Zepbound. If you're new here, I actually lost my coverage. So I have to make a decision on whether I'm going to continue on Zepbound and pay that high price tag, or if I'm going to get a little savings with the compound version. I haven't made up my mind yet, but let's get back to the data. At the time of this recording on 12.5 milligrams, I have lost 12.2 pounds in 15 weeks. That means I am averaging 0.81 pounds weekly. And really, all my side effects have continued, but the only new side effect that has happened is a runny nose that kind of comes and goes. It doesn't really drive me crazy. I just make sure I have tissues around. But the really cool thing about 12.5 that makes me really proud is this is the one dose that I'm really trying my best at. I am giving it my all. I am committed with my tracking, with my nutrition, with my fitness plan, and I'm really trying to make sure that I am pulling my own weight and doing everything that I can do to maximize the results. Because the truth is that my weight loss has slowed down and it's going to continue to slow down. Just because I have one titration left and it's the highest dose, there is no guarantee that that's going to give me greater loss than all these other doses have. In the Surmount 1 clinical trials, people generally lost more weight on higher doses of Zepbound, but the biggest improvement was from 5 milligrams to 10 milligrams. The difference between 10 milligrams and 15 milligrams was actually much smaller, showing that the higher doses can help, but they don't guarantee dramatically greater weight loss for everyone. So after being on a GLP-1 for the last 75 weeks, I have lost 75.4 pounds. That means I'm still averaging 1.02 pounds weekly. My journey is not over, it continues, and tracking all this data is super exciting and valuable to me. Having this tool at the beginning of my GLP-1 journey would have been so valuable because it would have helped me to be more consistent with taking my measurements. I would have loved seeing exactly how many inches I lost from my waist, from my thighs, from my arms, especially on weeks when the scale didn't move. Renpho Smart Tape has this really nice large display that's super easy to read. It stores all your measurements and then it automatically syncs everything into the Renpho Health app. There's no writing numbers down, there's no forgetting, no wondering, wait, was it 42 inches this month, 43 last month? Everything is there, and it's not just for weight loss. It's whether you're building muscle, getting healthier, tracking pregnancy, monitoring your child's growth, or seeing how your clothes are fitting. It's a really neat tool to have. And Renpho was so generous to send me an additional smart tape for a giveaway. Thank you so much to Renpho for sponsoring this giveaway. Now, to enter this giveaway, you have to answer this question in the comments. What body measurement has been the most rewarding to see change during your journey? I will randomly choose one winner 1 week after the giveaway closes on Tuesday, August 2nd, and announce them in a pinned comment. The winner will have 3 days to contact me to claim their prize. Otherwise, a new winner will be selected. The giveaway is open to US residents ages 18 and older. There is no purchase necessary to enter or to win, and I will only require the winner's shipping address to be able to mail their prize. If this journey has taught me anything, it's this: the scale only tells part of the story. Your habits tell the rest. Whether you are on 2.5 milligrams, 15 milligrams, or considering starting using a GLP-1, don't forget to celebrate the victories that nobody else can see, because those are usually the ones that change your life the most. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up, subscribe so that you don't miss any future content, and don't forget that to enter the giveaway, you have to answer the question in the comments. Until next week, let's keep losing the weight. Bye!